Guys, it is Mike from Baltimore Rides here. It is Thursday night. It is the 8th of March wrap-up video. It's already into the wee hours of Friday morning, and I am wrapping it up for the night. And for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that I'm wrapping it up for the week because I'm actually going out of town for the next couple days. To deal with some stuff of my mom's that's down in storage down in Virginia and the Eastern Shore, Virginia, not like the other side of DC, Virginia. So, you know, it's a 6-hour drive from where I live to where her stuff is, all the way down, basically right before you get to the Tunnel Bay Bridge by the Eastern Shore. So think Chincoteague, Maryland, and then keep driving south for like 2 more hours. You know, it's a hike. And if you haven't, already noticed, also, I've been having some technical difficulties with my phone the past couple nights. I did a video the other day that literally there was no audio, and it was funny because it played back with audio on my phone, but for some reason or another, it didn't translate audio when I uploaded it, which is really weird. And then yesterday, I wasn't even able to make a video, and I know what happened. I have the S8 by Samsung, and Android pushed an update out, a big update package out on like Monday, I think it was, Sunday or Monday. And for the first time ever in all the years that I've seen phone updates roll out on the Android side, they rolled it out and it was buggy as hell. I mean, there were so many app problems and the phone was freezing and just doing all this weird crap. And they actually rolled out another update, which I imagine is like a patch fix on, what's today? Today's Thursday, so like Wednesday or Tuesday. But by that point, my phone was so goofed up that it wasn't even, it was just a joke. So when I got home last night, fed up as can be because half my apps were behaving weird and my video didn't come through and like nothing was working right on my phone. I was barely able to hold a Lyft and an Uber signal. Waze was acting weird. I mean, it was just a mess. My phone was really not behaving because of whatever that Samsung Android update was. I ended up factory resetting my phone. I had to cloud backup all my pictures and music and all the important files on my phone, and then cloud backup everything, which took forever to upload, and then factory reset my phone. So my phone's running smooth as can be right now, with updates. So, with the latest update, which was obviously that patch fix. So it's fine now, and you guys should hear me just fine. But the past couple days have been very bizarre. I've never seen an Android update and then another one within like less than a week's time. I mean, that tells you something. When they roll a second update out that quickly, it usually means there's bug fixes. So, and I can't remember the last time anything like that's ever happened with a cell phone. So maybe iPhone, but I don't know about Android ever doing that. So there you go. My week's been pretty good, guys. It's not been awesome because I'm going to lose Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I'm sorry, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But tonight's Thursday. But it's been pretty good for 4 weekdays. I'm sitting somewhere at $550, like $700 for 4 weeks for Monday through Thursday. That's great. If I'd been working this weekend, it would be a really strong week. Unfortunately, it's not. Because I'm going to be off these 3 days. And I had planned for that and budgeted for the loss. And, it was already in my mind that was what was going to happen. I'm thrilled that Monday through Thursday were as strong as they were. To me, that's the real prize because, Monday through Thursday being strong tells me that, spring is in the air. That's plain and simple what it tells me. Spring is in the air. And that's really what I needed. I needed to see that. So if you haven't noticed, if you haven't been out on the road, it's been pretty good. I've been in Baltimore all week because I've had a lot of crazy stuff going on. I mean, I had a day where I was getting my oil changed and that took forever. And then I had to deal with something with my mom. And then I visited my mom again this morning because I wanted to let her know I was going down to the shore to get her stuff. And just lots of oddball little thingies. Wednesday, I didn't start till 5 o'clock because I had to watch my daughter because my son had a doctor's appointment all the way in Columbia. So it's been a quirky week. For me to pull out a 700 plus on a quirky week like this week with some really bizarre days is huge. It's really, really huge, guys. And that's what I want to take home. That's kind of my takeaway from this week, is that spring is in the air. If business is that good Monday through Thursday, spring is in the air. Now, again, I was all around Baltimore today, and I noticed several times when I was on the south side of the city, BWI is like a ghost town. 27 Lyft, 34 Uber. I mean, and that was at like 7 o'clock. I mean, 7 o'clock is like peak time. I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure what to make of that. I don't know if it's a trap. I don't know if there's some funny business going on, or if just Uber and Lyft drivers have just given up on BWI because they know they can make money in the city better with the surge in the city right now. I mean, I rode mostly Uber tonight. I'm not going to lie. I did 130 with Uber and $40 with Lyft, or 120 with Uber and $40 with Lyft. So it's like 160 tonight. And I quit, it's 1:30, so it's a, decent time, but started late, didn't get started till 3:30, so I started 2 hours later than normal. But that just tells me that, if it was pink and whatever, orange, which is Uber's color, pretty much off and on all night long in the city, it tells me spring's in the air, guys. Now, I was not driving last March. I did not start till May, but I feel like spring is in the air. I feel like people are feeling spring in the air. They want it to be spring, even though it was in the 30s and 40s today. They want to be out moving around. They want to be excited. They want to be doing stuff, going out to clubs, going out to bars, going out to dinner. The college kids are moving around like ants. I mean, they're all over the place in the city right now. So, I feel like that's the sign of what is to come. People are moving around, and that means money for us. So if you're driving, look to the afternoon rush hour. 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock is really a sweet spot. It really is. Doesn't matter if you're north of the city, south of the city, west of the city, or you're right down in the heart of downtown. There's activity all over the place. And I would imagine DC was just as crazy today. I mean, you don't have to be a psychic to know that. Now it faded a little bit yesterday. Yesterday I didn't see the surge as much as I saw it today. But Thursdays are kind of a big day because a lot of people, that's their night to go out and party. They do that whole Thirsty Thursday thing that college kids do. I don't know. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just saying that I feel like it's a tidal shift, and that all of a sudden spring has kind of got people moving around again. And that's really what I want to take advantage of, guys. So what else to talk about? Lyft sent out a couple emails today, one saying they're going to update their dashboard and their fare details to make it a little bit more transparent so that we can see fare rates, fees. And I think that that's been an honest criticism of Lyft because, the customer gets a $50 bill and we get paid $13. What the, so, we know that the customer paid $50, we only get paid $13, and we scratch our heads and go, what the hell? Like, where's all that money going? So I think with them being transparent and posting fair data, rates, mileage rate, minute rate, fee schedule, all that, it's a little bit of a transparency step for Lyft, which I think is a very genuine effort. But then they posted that they're going to be delayed and it's not going to go up as quickly as they thought. So, fine. I'm okay with that. Just that they're even considering doing it is a good step in the right direction from a good faith standpoint. Uber did kind of the same thing. They've made a couple updates recently to their information as well. And I feel like that's a smart move on both their parts. They're very competitive right now. I feel like they're both fighting tooth and nail for market share. Lyft, my dashboard shows a $1,000 signing bonus now if I can recruit anybody. It was $350 2 weeks ago. So Lyft is, again, trying to up the ante and be aggressive. Probably because there's been ridiculous amounts of surge for Lyft, which means there's not enough drivers to meet demand. So when I get back on Monday, Sunday night, I've really got to consider how can I recruit while it's still at $1,000 level. Whether that means I take a day and I go to the colleges or something, I've got to come up with a way to get my code out there. I'm not a web designer. I'm not good at making web pages, and I really don't think that would work for me anyway. I'm not really on social media other than this. I mean, I have a Facebook page, but it's just linked back to the YouTube channel. So, to me, there's got to be more tangible ways that I can meet people and get them interested in Lyft. And I think while it's $1,000, it's worth me pursuing. Because if I can get 2 people and I can get them actually on board and get them to really do their inspection and do the amount of trips they need to do, that could be some real money in my pocket. So that's a thought on my plate. The other side to that is that Uber and Lyft right now are both vying for my attention. Uber's giving me quests in DC. Lyft is rolling out some DC competition. I don't know the details yet. I got something that it's like a leaderboard type of competition, so they're going to be ranking us process of elimination style. I imagine, considering there's probably part-timers participating as well, that it's not going to be number of trips. I imagine it's going to be something else. So I'm curious to see what that means. It starts on Monday. If I get an email with more details, I will let you guys know. But right now, that's all I know is that I opted in, and I don't know what that means. I had another issue with a Lyft customer tonight. Picked up a couple of, I think they were college kids. It was a multi-stop trip. I said, are we dropping somebody off or picking somebody else up? Because the first destination was a 7-Eleven. And they said, no, we're just going in to get some stuff real quick and then we'll be right back out. And we're going back to our house. And I said, okay, but just understand I can't wait for more than 5 minutes. So if you're not out in 5 minutes, I'll be gone. Well, we won't be that long. We'll be a few minutes. 6 minutes later, Mikey cancels the trip and drives away. Now here's where it gets hairy. The mom, who's I guess was the account holder, calls and chews my butt out over the phone. Like literally chews my face off. How dare I leave her daughter, blah, 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 at a 7-Eleven, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I called Lyft and I said, look guys, I did what you told me after that fiasco last week with the 30-minute wait at the Walmart. What the F? You guys told me wait 5-10 minutes, it's up to my own discretion, and then bounce. So that's what I did. I don't want this to be a negative strike on my rating. I don't want this lady to call and throw me under the bus. Like what is my protection here, considering I'm doing what you guys have advised me to do. So they put a note in the file. They're obviously not going to match me with this nasty lady anymore, but it's an issue, guys. It's an issue. City residents like to use us for stupid little errands. These people went a mile down the road, like 3 blocks, to go to a 7-Eleven to get a bunch of junkies, snacky junk, then go back to their apartment. Sorry. What am I going to make on a 2-mile round trip? It was a mile each way. What am I going to get? I'm going to get $3.37 because it's going to be a minimum fare. So am I really going to sit for 15 minutes plus the 5 minutes there and the 5 minutes back, 25 minutes for $3? No fucking way. Pardon my language, but just no fucking way. So there you go. I'm going to play hardball, guys. I'm going to play hardball because I feel like they take advantage of us with the whole errands and the shopping and all the bull crap. You know what I mean? My stops now, if you do multiple stops, it's picking people up and dropping people off. I don't do store errands anymore. Now, if somebody's on the way home from a long ride and they say, can I quickly run into this 7-Eleven and just get something on the way home, and it's a 20, 30-minute trip, I'm not going to burn that person because that's a good fare. But on these little city jaunts, I'm not doing it. I'm just not. You know, my time is more valuable than that. And I think that's where, from a respect standpoint, we need to respect ourselves enough to say that our time is more valuable. I don't care what they rate me. If they give me a 4 or 3 star, I don't care. Lyft's rating system is so bizarre anyway that it doesn't really matter. As long as my acceptance rate stays high and my 4 or 5 star thingy doesn't go too low in one particular week, I'm good. I don't understand the rating system enough to know that it really affects anything. You know, Uber's doesn't really affect anything either, because now that I've been doing Uber part-time, my cancellation rate has been up over 20%, almost steady for the past 2 weeks, and I still get a crap ton of rides. I mean, I did back-to-back Uber rides almost all night long tonight. So, you know, I think those rating percentages are less important than they were a year ago. Just me personally. So that's really all I've got, guys. Like I said, I won't be on the road again until Monday. It's going to be a long weekend for me. U-Haul, driving all the way 6 hours one way, digging through like 3 crappy storage units worth of junk that my mom squirreled away before she, her Alzheimer's really, rattled her too much, and loading up whatever I want to bring back, and then getting rid of whatever I want to get rid of, and then bringing it all back, and then Sunday I got to deal with it, figuring out who's going where and what's getting what and what the hell. So it's going to be confusing. It's going to be really confusing. So not a fun weekend at all. I would much rather be driving Lyft and Uber, but I'm not. I got to deal with this, guys. So hopefully it's a quick one. Hopefully it's quick and painless. So that's that. But I wish you guys all great luck this weekend. Baltimore Federal Hill is running a pub crawl. It's a pre-St. Patty's Day pub crawl. So please be careful if you're driving that. I think it's Saturday night. Please be careful, because you're going to have a lot of drunk people. And pub crawl drunk is a lot different than just going out to the bars and the clubs drunk. By the last stop, these people are literally just a giant water balloon full of bile and beer. And all it takes is a little bit and they're going to puke all over your car. So be very, very careful. Okay? That's my last public service announcement for you guys. Be safe on the roads this weekend, please. And I will see you guys all on Monday. And thank you guys for sticking with me. I know it's been a weird couple weeks. I've had a lot on my plate, and I've definitely been a little bit more erratic with my videos and my content, but I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. Sometimes my videos become more about my life and less about Uber and ride sharing, but even in that, I hope there's a grain of salt, and you guys can maybe pick up some things, or some don't do what I did kind of words of wisdom. So just be patient. Hang with me, guys. We're getting into the fun season where it really becomes kind of balls to the walls with ride sharing. May, June, July is going to be awesome. May, June, July is going to be awesome. And then we'll get into the summer months where it'll get slow for a little bit. But trust me when I tell you, May and June are just awesome. Awesome. A lot of money. So be ready. Be ready. Well, everybody have a great night, and I will see you guys on the flip side on Monday. Be safe. Bye.